This is a short class on Adhisara. So as the term implies, Adhisara means Budena Bahudrava Saranam Adhisara. So whenever there is excessive loose stools, then it implies Adhisara. Budena Bahudrava Saranam Adhisara. So there are two diseases that are mainly seated uh, in the sthana of Agni or just below the sthana of Agni. So those two important diseases are Adhisara and Grahani. And if you go through the Nidanas, then in the Grahani Nidana, it is emphasized that if Adhisara is not treated properly, or even if after subsidence of the Adhisara, if the person undergoes Apatya Ahara Viharas, then he can contract Grahani Roga. So these are interrelated diseases. Actually, there are three diseases which are interrelated. The third one being Arshas. So it is told that Arsho, Adhisara, Grahani Vigara, Prayana Chanyonya Nidana Bodha. So these three diseases can predispose each others. That means Adhisara can lead to Grahani or Arshas can lead to Grahani or they are interrelated. So these three disorders are interrelated. Arsho, Adhisara, Grahani Vigara, Prayana Chanyona, Nidana Bodha. So Adhisara is one among those three. So let us see what are the Nidanas and definition of Adhisara. So let us look at the definition of Adhisara. So this sloka is from Ashtanga Hridaya. Samam Shagrat Niramam Va Jirne Yena Adhisaryate. So Adhisaro Adhisaranat Ashukari Subhavadaha. So there are mainly three components that we have to see in this sloka. One is he says about Sama Niramad of Shagrat and not regarding the Anna. Whereas when you go through the definition of Grahani, he says Samam Sanam Ajirne Anne. So he says about Sama Niramad of Anna in case of Grahani. Whereas Acharya speaks about Sama Niram of Shakrat in case of Adhisara. So it typically implies that the site of pathology is different in both Grahani and Adhisara. So if you look through Adhisara, it is mainly related to the Purisha Vahasrodas or in that area or in the Pakvashya, whereas the Grahani is the Agnisthana, that is Annasya Grahanat Grahani Mata. So if there is a pathology in the Grahani area, then the Sama Niramada is told about the Anna and not the Purisha. But in case of Adhisara, this is Sama Nirama of the Shagrat. So this is the main important thing that we have to see here. So Ena Adhisaryate, so Adhisaranat, Adhisaraha. So that is why Adhisaranat, Adhisaro. Next he says about the rapidity or the acute nature of the disease. So Ashukari Subhavadaha. So this is an Ashukari disease. So you will not get a patient with a history of 10 months of Adhisara. So if a patient says that he has 10 months of Adhisara, obviously the diagnosis will be something else because this is an Ashukari disease. So it either kills the patient or patient kills the disease. So it's an Ashukari disease. And even its onset is very sudden. So that is why it's an Ashukari disease. So this is the definition and the sloga is from Ashtanga Hridaya. Next is the classification. So mainly there are 6 types of Adhisara: Vadaja, Pittaja, Kabhaja, Sannipadaja, Bhayaja and Shogaja. If you go through Madhudana, there is a slight difference in the type where the number is 6 but the type Bhayaja and Shogaja comes under Aganduja and he has added Amadhisara extra. So, but the number is 6 itself. So these are the 6 types of Adhisara. Next, the Nidana of Adhisara. So this sloka is from Ashtanga Hridaya. Adhisara sa Sudaram Jayade Atyambu Panadaha. So excessive intake of liquid food or water. Krisha Shushka Amisha Asatmya Tilapishta Virudagaihi. So intake of Krisha Mamsa, Shushka Mamsa, then Asatmya Aharas, excessive Tila Pishta, that means paste, then Virudagaihi, sprouty vegetables, then Madhya Ruksha Adimatra Anner Arshobhihi. So excessive intake of Madhya, then especially Ruksha Madhya, Adimatre Anner and Arshobhihi, That Sneha Vibramat. Adhisara can happen as a complication of Snehapana. That is Sneha Vibramat. Krimibhyo, due to the krimi. And Vegarodhacha. Tad Videi Kubidavanlaha. So here, these are only some indicative points. There are other factors as well that if you go through Charaka Samhita, he has dealt in detail with separate nidanas for Vadaja, Pittaja and Kapaja Adhisaras. So depending upon the independent doshas, again the nidanas can vary, but this is a general indication of the nidana. Then this is the nidana in Madhavadana. Guru Adhisnigdha Ruksha Ushna Dravastula Adhishidalaihi Viruddha Adhyasana Ajirne Vishamaischabhibhojanehi Snehadir Adhiyuktecha Mithyayukter Visher Bhayehi Shokat Dushtambu Madhyadipanehi Satmya Rudu Viparyehi Jalaviramane Vega Vigadehi Krimidoshadaha Nranam Bhavatya Adhisaro. So these are the Nidanas of Adhisara as explained in Madhavadana. Next is a Samprapti. The first sloka is from Madhavadana and the second one is from Ashtahridaya. So let us look at the Ashtahridaya sloka. Krimibhyo Vegarodhacha Tadvide Kubido Anila. So that is a continuity from the Nidana sloka. Visramsedi Ado Abdadum Hatva Teneva Chanalam Vyabhadyanu Shagrit Koshtam Purisham Dravadamayan Pragalpade Adhisaraya Lakshanam Tasya Bhavina. So he is telling about that the Pururuva will be told later on. So let us look at the Samprati. Visramsedi Ado Abdadum. So what happens here is there is a Vada component in the pathology. So Vada along with the other doshas shifts the Abdadu downwards, and this shifted Abdadu will cause Agni Mandya and leading to Samada of Purisha or Dravada of Purisha and Adhonayan. So this Purisha is taken downwards. Pragalpade Adhisaraya. So mainly if you think about Adhisara, the main one of the important dosha is Pitta because of its Saraguna. But however, without the involvement of Vada, this Adho movement cannot happen. So that is why the Vada component is very important in the pathology. So the three doshas, either independently or together, they shifts the Abdadu downwards, which in turn causes Agni Mandya and causes Dravada of Purisha, leading to Adhisara. The same thing is told in a short manner in Madhavadana. So Samshamyapam Dhadu Agnim Pravrudaha Chagram Mishro Vayuna Adha Pranunnaha Saratyadivadisaram Khoram Shadvidam. Again he says about 6 types. Next is the Pururuva for the premonitory signs. Hrinnabi Payudara Kukshitoda Gatravasada Analasannirodha Vitsanga Admana Adhavipako Bhavishyadastasya Purasarani. So this sloka is from Madhavadana. So there is Toda in Hridaya, Nabhi, Payu, Udara, Kukshi areas, Gatra Sada, then Anila, Sannirodha. So there is Agni Mandya, Vitsangha, constipation, Admana, distension of the abdomen, Adhava, Avipako, there is indigestion. So these are the Pururuvas of Adhisara. You have to take care of Vitsanga because constipation is told as one of the Pururuvas of Adhisara. Again, Ashtahridaya says, Lakshanam Tasya Bhavinaha, Todo, Hridguda Koshteshu, Gatrasado, Malagraha, Admana, Avipakascha. So almost the same Lakshanas are told. Next is the dosha predominance. So whenever a patient comes to you with loose stools or diarrhea as a predominant manifestation, we will consider Adhisara for one of the important diagnoses. So next step is to identify the dosha predominance. So if you look at these Lakshanas, if they are present in the patient, then we can consider this is Vata predominant. So obviously when we go for Lakshanas, there are 2 things that you can look into. One is the characteristic feature of the stools and the other one is the systemic features in the body of the patient. So here the stool will be watery, then increased frequency with less quantity and with sound and pain, and the Gudabhasa, the color and consistency will be just like the Guda. Mainly it is a consistency. Then it's Ruksha, Fenil or Frothy and Gradida. And sometimes there will be prolapse of the rectum as well. So if these features are present in the patient, then there is Vada predominance. So let us look at the sloka. Tatra Vadena Vidjalam Alpalpam Shabda Shuladhyam Vibadham Upaveshyate Ruksham Safena Machamcha grethidam va muhurmuhu तथा दग्धगुडाभासं सपिच्छ परिकर्तिकं शुष्कास्यो भृष्टपायु हृष्टरोम विनिष्टन. So there are some systemic features like romaharsha, shushkasyata, etc. And if these features are present, then we have to diagnose vata predominance. And if the patient has yellowish or greenish colored stools mixed with the blood, foul smelling, and the constitutional features like trishna, murcha, sweda, and daha, and also payu sandapa, so that means burning sensation in the anal area, and also shula in that area, then it is pitta predominant. So let us look at the sloka. Pittena pidam asidam haridram shadvala prabham. Shadvala is nothing but a paste of the durva, so that is the greenish color. So that is why it's a greenish color, shadvala. Sarakta adi durgandha trinmurcha sweda dahavan sashula payu sandava pagavan. So these factors, especially payu sandava and payu paga, there is paga in the Buddha Pradesha, so that indicates pitta. Next is the kafaja. So the stools will be bulky, pitchila, thready, whitish, snigdha, and ama. That means along with ama. Then with kapha, repeated bouts, foul smelling. The patient will be having a feeling of obstructed passage. The constitutional features like excessive sleepiness, alasya will be there, and there will be pravahiga, which we will discuss later on. And there is feeling of incomplete evacuation. Krite api agrita sapneshta. So this is a very important feature of Kapaja Adhisara. So the sloka goes like Sleshmana Khanam, Pichilam, Tandumat, Shvedam, Snigdhamamam Kafanyudam, Abhikshanam, Guru Durgandam, Vibhaddam Anubadharuk, Nidralu, Alaso, Annadvit is Annadvesha, Alpa Alpam, Sapravahigam, Saromaharsha, Sautklesha, Guru Vasti Gudodaraha. So heaviness in these areas. Kride abhi agrida satnyamsya. So the patient always will have a sense of incomplete evacuation. And regarding the Sannipadja, Sarvatma, Sarva Lakshana. So all Lakshanas will be mixed in case of Sannipadja. Next is the Bhayaja Adhisara. So Bhayena, Kshobide Chitte, Sapitto, Dravet Chagrit. So this is totally a psychological one. And again, it is very acute in onset. So it will not go through that classical samprapti of Chaya, Pragopa, Prasana, etc. So whenever there is Bhaya, this will happen. This is told in the Chakrapani commentary and Charaka Samhita. If you go through, the rapidity is emphasized there. So Bhayena Kshopide Chitte, Sapitto Dravet Chakrit, Vayu. So Vayu is an important factor here as well. Vayu Tado Adhisareda Kshipram. So very sudden. Ushnam, Dravam, Plavam, Vadabitta Samam, Lingay. So the Lakshanas will be like as in Vadabitta Jadisar. And the Shogaja also will be in the same way. Why these are told separately is because if at all we have to address the Bhayaja and Shogaja factors in treatment, that is why this has been emphasized separately. Even though we have to infer the Dosha Lakshanas, if you identify the Nidana that it is a Shoga, then you can give Harsha. And if it is Bhaya, then you can give Ashwasana. So that is why to address the Nidana, these two are told as a separate Adhisara. However, the dosha predominance is again, it has to be inferred as per the Lakshanas in the patient. So this is a sloka from Madhavadana regarding Shogaja Adhisara. So here he says the involvement of Rakta as well. So Koshtam Gatva Kshobe Tasya Raktam. And Tacha Adastat Kaganandi Prakasham. So the color will be just like Kaganandika because there is blood mixed. And either it can be stool alone or the blood mixed with the stool. Sometimes it will be Nirgandha or Sagandha. And it is told as Dushchigilsya. So if we go through these references, we can infer that this Shogaja type can be considered under the purview of Sannipadja Adhisara because of the involvement of Rakta. And the Bhayaja and Shogaja told by Vagbhata is a separate entity where it is a psychological cause of diarrhea. So this is regarding Shogaja Adhisara. Next is Amaja Adhisara, which is told in Madhavadana. So it is typically Anna Ajirna is told as the Nidana. So this is again a Sannipadja one. And also there will be features pertaining to Kapha predominant Adhisara. Nana Varnam, Negasha Sarendi, Shulo Bedam, Shashtamenam. So this is the sixth one. There will be pain as well. Again, here it is told separately because we have to address the AMA factor in diagnosis. So next is regarding the Sama and Niramada of the Purisha. So whenever we have to treat a patient with Adisara, first thing that we will think about is Stambana. So we have to keep in mind that whenever there is AMA stage, there is AMA Adisara, Stambana is contraindicated. So it is very important to identify the Sama Nirama Lakshana in the patient. So that is why this is emphasized separately. So in Adisara, Samasena, Dvida, Samo, Nirama. So two types, Sama and Nirama. Sasrak, Nirasrascha. That means Sarakta and Arakta. So in Amadisara, Gauravat Apsu Majjati. So due to the Gaurava of Ama, the stool will sink in the water. And the Shagrat will be Durgandhi. Then there is Atova and Vishtamba. That means Vishtamba is obstruction of movement of Vada. Then Arti, there is pain, and Prasega will be there. So these are the features. So one is the feature of the stool, that is it sinks in the water. And systemic features like Atova, Vishtamba, Arti and Prasega will be there in case of Amadisara. And in the Niramadisara, the stool will float in the water and all the systemic features will be absent in the patient. But one thing we have to keep in mind, in case of Kafaja Adisara, even in the Nirama Avastha, the stool will sink. That is why Kafat Pakko Abhi Majjadi is told. So that is regarding Sama and Nirama Lakshanas of Adisara. Again, the same thing is told by Madhavadana as well. And Laghavam cha Visheshana. So in the Nirama stage, the patient will feel Lagutva in the Koshta as well as Sharira. Next is regarding the Sadhya Sadhyada. So whenever these Lakshanas are present in the patient, that patient is deemed to be incurable. Pakva Jambhava Sankasham, Yagrit Khanda Nibam. So whenever the color of the stool is just like Pakva Jambu Phala, that means blood mixed. Yagrit Khanda Nibam, pieces, that means sloughing. If there is a pathology that is leading to intestinal mucosal sloughing, then the stool will have pieces of matters, just like the mucosal matter. So that is why Yagrit Khanda Nibam. Then Grida, Taila, Vasa, Majja, Veshavara. So consistency like all these items. Then Mamsa Dhavana Toyabam. If the stool resembles the water washed with meat. Krishnam, Nilaruna Prabham, Mejagam, Snigdha Karpuram, Chandrako. So all these are colors, different colors. Kunapam, Mastulungabam, Sugandhi, Kudidam Bahu, Trishna, Daha. So systemic features like, so first 4 to 5 lines is regarding the color and consistency of the stool, and next are the features which are pertaining to the systemic features. So Trishna, Daha, Tama, Shwasa, Hikka, Parshvasti Shulinam, Sammurcha, Aradi, Sammohayuktam, Pakvavali Gudam. So there is excessive Gudapaga, Pralaba Yuktam ja. If the patient goes into the stage of delirium and irrelevant talk, then in such patients the Adisara should not be treated. Again, the same thing is told in Ashtanga Hridaya as well. Next is a small topic on Pravahika. Actually, this is a variant of Adisara. Actually, this is a separate entity as per Madhavadana. But if you go through Charaka, it is told as a varied manifestation of Adisara itself. So the feature is Vayu Pravrudo Nijidam Balasam Nudatyadastat Ahidashanasya. So Pravruda Vayu along with the Kapha will go downwards. Pravahado Alpa Bahusho Malaktam. So this sloka has to be split. So Pravahado Alpa Mala Bahusha Kapha. That means the stools will be very less, but there is excessive kapha or mucus. So that is why it is Pravahika. So some experts correlate this with the dysentery, but as such, a dysentery will come under the purview of Adisara or Sannibalja Adisara itself. So this is considered as a complication of Adisara, or it can happen independently as well. Without going into the stage of Adisara, the patient can directly go into the stage of Pravahika. So here the main difference between Pravahika and Adisara is, in Adisara there is Mala which is going on downwards, but in case of Pravahika, it is less Mala but more of Kapha. So that is why Pravahado Alpa Bahusho Malaktam is told. So this can be considered as a condition where, due to any pathology in the rectum, the patient passes recurrent mucus along with the tenesmus. The term tenesmus indicates severe pain in the rectal and anal area while passing of the stools. So obviously the patient will present with a mucus diarrhea, and usually the site of pathology is way down in the GIT, that means in the lower part of the sigmoid, the rectum as well. In Adhisara, usually the site of pathology is in the lower part of the small intestine or in the large intestine. So that is a difference. Again, Pravahiga is four types. That is Vadagrida, that is pain along with pain, Pittat, Sadaha, and Sakafat, Kafascha, Shonida, Shonida Sambhavaja. So Vadaja, Pittaja, Kavaja, and Raktaja is there. Sneha, Ruksha, Prabhava. So the Nidana is two, that is either excessive Snigdha or excessive Ruksha. So in case of Vada, it is excessive Ruksha, and in case of Kapha, it is excessive Snigdha. Or even in Pitta, it is excessive Snigdha. Other lakshanas of Sama and Nirama should be interpreted in the line of Sama and Nirama Adhisara. That is why the last line says that Tasam Adhisaravat Adishet Lingam Kramam Cha Ama Vibhakvadam Cha. Next is the Adhisara Mukta Lakshana. So whenever we start treating the patient, we should know when to stop the treatment. So for that we have to look at the Adhisara Mukta Lakshana. So Yasyocharam Vinamutram Samyak Vayushcha Gachadi. So whenever the patient passes flatus, there should not be any stool along with that. That is why Yasyocharam Vina Mutra. So if the patient, when he tries to pass the urine or flatus, if there is stools that is being passed through, then the pathology has not been completely resolved. Otherwise, we can infer that the pathology is completely resolved when the patient will not have any stool that is being passed when the patient tries to pass urine or flatus. And Deepta Agneya Lagu Koshtasya. So there will be Lagutva in the Koshta and there will be Agni Deepti. So these features will identify or give you the indication that the patient has become normal. So that is regarding Adhisara and Pravahi.